An Arizona woman who was arrested for helping unhoused people in her city is now filing a lawsuit against that city. So, look, earlier this year, Bullhead City Police had arrested 78-year-old Norma Thornton for daring to share food with homeless people in the park. So now she had been serving these people at a park since 2018, according to the lawsuit. However, in 2021, the city decided to pass an ordinance against doing that for charitable purposes at said public park. So now the charge, which is a misdemeanor that carried a fine of $750 and 4 months imprisonment. She was originally charged with that, and then after the original outrage, they dropped those charges against her. But Thurton's attorneys, a legal team from pro bono law firm Institute for Justice, said, no, we're going to do a lawsuit. And they argued that the ordinance amounts to an effective ban on food sharing and violates several of her civil rights under the 14th Amendment, which now the law itself, the ordinance itself requires people to obtain a special one-time permit. One Thornton's attorney says she could not afford to share prepared meals with a charitable purpose and limits the distribution of food to a 2-hour window once a month because, look, people only have to eat like once a month, right? No. That's why this ordinance is pretty ridiculous. Look, if she wants to cook for people, she can cook for people. That's fine. The only thing that really this ordinance does is ensure that the unhoused don't receive charity. Charity that a rich person or a large corporation cannot write off on their taxes. Remember, if you're a large company, you can do charity all the time. As much as you want, because you can write it off on your taxes. But if you're a normal person, if you're a 78-year-old grandma, well, not now you can't. No, you're not allowed to do this kind of charity. We don't like that. Not in a public park. Now, Miss Thornton is not a corporation. She does this because she cares about regular people. Thornton is a retiree and a former restaurant owner from Alaska and has been serving people hot meals made from scratch at the park for several days a week for 4 years. She said that the nearest homeless shelters and food pantries were several miles away. And so she thought it would be best to bring food to the people who are already at the park where it was accessible. So they're already there. And then what? Can't serve them food while they're there? Can't look out for the local, unhoused population? Can't do that? Nope, apparently not. Look, they don't want the homeless people in the park. This goes in a pattern of we're not going to deal with the problem. We're not going to deal with the problem of homeless people. We're not going to help them get into homes. We're not going to help them, get addiction services, right? If that they happen to have that issue. We're not going to make sure that wages are high enough and that housing is affordable and accessible for people. No, we're just going to kick them out. We're just going to keep kicking them out, moving them from place to place to place and place to place until they're out of sight. Sweep them under the rug. We're just going to get rid of them. That's what they want. Bullhead City Manager Toby Cotter, though, said in an April City Council meeting during the discussion on homelessness, quote, "It doesn't mean we're without compassion for people who need food. Feed people in your church parking lot or your private residence or wherever you deem it most appropriate. But to litter and congregate in the park is against city law." Now, Thornton has done this. She's actually transitioned to distributing food in a private alley, as well as coordinating occasional food deliveries. But she claims that the alley lacks accommodations and convenience of the public park, where there is shade to guard against the Arizona sun and a place for people to sit and eat. Because, how dare they be comfortable when they eat? Do you notice a pattern? Again, this is happening city after city after city all across the United States. They want homeless people to be as uncomfortable as possible doing anything. That's why they have these spikes on benches. Anti-homeless spikes. Again, instead of actually solving the issue of homelessness, they try to find a way to just get them anywhere else. Somewhere else, anywhere else. I don't want to see them. I don't want to know they exist. I don't want to do anything about them, but make them leave, go away. That's what they want. That's all the policies. And again, it's not really any different in a lot of Democratic cities as well. Democrats and Republicans, both in office, generally, it's not a partisan thing, don't want to see homeless people. And that's sad, because that's really, homelessness, it's not an individual failing, it's a failing of society. We have failed these people. It's not they have failed, we have failed them. Homelessness is a policy choice. So now, Norma, she told USA Today, this is on Wednesday, quote, about the ordinance. It goes against everything I've ever been taught in my life. It only punishes one segment of society. And that's wrong. I'm not trying to change the world. Just maybe make a few people happy. Now, the lawsuit itself kind of shows that it seeks a nominal damage of $1. In reality, it primarily aims to end said ordinance so that she can continue to serve people at the park. That's all she wants. She says, quote, "It's wrong, pure and simple, un-American, and un-Christian." I love this woman. This is an amazing person. This is a wonderful, charitable person. This is the person that all those fake Christians claim that they are. They claim to be this. But in reality, they sneer and they look down at homeless people, the unhoused. And again, you even have progressives that have done the same thing, that look down on these people and just want them gone. Yes, there is an issue with addiction. There's an issue with, trash. There's an issue with these things. We need to solve the issues. We need to fix the issues. And stop, the issues that create homelessness in the first place. Instead, we're not doing any of that. We're just shuffling people around, kicking them out of places, and ensuring that they're the most, that they have the most miserable lives imaginable. Hey, right wing, if you want to claim to be a Christian country, well, you might want to be more like Miss Thornton and actually live up to that.